me talk to him.
I haven't seen him either.
This is a fine kettle of fish, I must say. Though I am glad to see you taking an interest in the business in your dad's absence.
Who are you?
Aw, Steve, I didn't want to believe that amnesia hokum. Now you're saying you don't remember your pal Pat O'Reilly?
Pat O'Reilly.
You may come to realize that this business is not for everybody. Just ask your poor, ill dad. It takes dedication and a strong stomach. A lot of times, when I'm finished scrubbing up and digging the bits of intestine out from my fingernails, I must confess I don't have much appetite for red meat. But red meat is one of the principal food groups, and you've got to have it. So when you can do this all day and help yourself to a juicy red steak afterwards, then by golly, you can call yourself a butcher.
By golly.
Of course, amnesia would certainly help that, wouldn't it?
That's illness.
What exactly is wrong with your dad?
I don't know.
I wouldn't worry about it too much, Steve. You should be thinking about running the family business one day. That, and getting into the lodge.
Look, I'm not kidding about the amnesia. Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you always were such a kidder, Steve.
Funny how that's beginning to sound like a stock answer. Like it was coached.
You sure are acting like a kidder, son. With your dad ill, you're gonna need to start behaving like an adult. Especially if you're gonna take over the family business. You may come to realize, and a strong...
My bad.
I must... But red, then by God... Of course...
We've been through all this. Meat.
Come to think of it, I don't see any cattle around here. Where do you keep the animals?
Does it matter? The end product is all the customer cares about, Steve. And we only carry the finest meat, only the juiciest cuts. Once you take over the business, you'll realize the importance of maintaining quality while cutting costs. We know what we're doing here, Steve. If we didn't, would the lodge use us to cater their affairs?
By the way, I didn't click that or anything. That's the wonderful audio quality clipping. I'm sure it's good. Could I have some meat to take home?
Your father's very particular about the profit, Steve. No freebies for anyone. But seeing how you're his son, if you'll bring written permission from your father, I'll give you the meat. There are certain tricks of the trade, Steve. Once your dad gets better and you start working in here cutting up the meat, you'll be privy to them. There's always cheaper, better ways to do things, if you're creative.
What's with all the cats? This a slaughterhouse or a kennel?
Oh, them? They eat the scraps, that's all.
Yeah, but look at... Isn't there some kind of health department that keeps tabs on these things?
Are you going to work at the health department, Steve? Or here?
You seem defensive. I wonder why.
Maybe I get sick of do-gooder busybodies sucking around here all the time. A man's up to his elbows in guts all day, every day. What more do they want from him?
Right? Okay, I think that's
Don't
it.
be such a stranger, Steve. And my best to your dad.
Let's see. What do we have in our inventory now? We have our precision permission slip. A pen.
Oh, man.
Exit. Exit. Let's see. Where should we go next? This is a whole hullabaloo. Fire station is... save those for last. Let's go ahead and go to the TV station. Too busy drinking and smoking. They ignore you. A silver tucker with a yellow interior.
Stay tuned, buckaroos. There's more to come on Range Riders Cowboy Roundup. So don't go away. And what's your name, hombre?
Steve.
Hombre.
Steve's a swell name. My dog's name is Steve. Would you like my autograph, Steve?
Yeah, I guess.
Here you go, then.
There we go. TV violence.
Violence? What about it?
Children watch your show. Don't you think this violence is bad for them?
Violence is as American as apple pie and low SAT scores. Where would we be right now if the cowboys hadn't gone out west and butchered innocent people to steal their land? Answer me that, Mr. Know-It-All.
But what about studies that have shown that children become more violent when watching violence?
Buckaroo, I rip the guts out of godless heathen Injuns. Most kids don't see godless heathen Injuns on a regular basis, and if they do, they better either get their eyes checked or do like old Range Rider and shoot the bejesus out of them, lest they want to go untreated for psychotic hallucinations, or wind up with their scalps hanging from a buckskin belt. Oh, shit! Ow! Shit on a stickaroo! The parents that are griping about violence on TV are the same parents that go outside in the morning to fetch their papers, secure in the knowledge that they won't get an arrow through the noodle because the violence they hate so much done cleared the engines out of the neighborhood.
Yeah, civilization has benefited from violence. But should violence be treated as entertainment?
Check my rating, son. Violence is entertainment. I just put it on the air. If some kid watches, that says something about the kid, not me. Now, excuse me, we're going back on the air.
Okay.
Can-
1 second. Oh,
Vi-
damn it!
Buckaroo.
1 second. 1 second.
Yeah.
Spawn to
Check-
see. Okay, no. Okay, the corny western backdrop complete with a cardboard TP. Odd, no one is operating the cameras. A fairly primitive form of mind control. Is on the camera, no one's operating. Let's see, let's examine the seats. Either the show is a compelling or no one wanted to be taken out by friendly fire. Let's go up here, I think. Yeah. I think. Yep. A picture of a gorgeous model signed with "Kiss My Pineapple, Red Muffy." Very poor reception. Strange, since the broadcast originates from here. Alright, what else do we have around here? Examine the cubicles. An assortment of empty cubicles. Either McKnight loves to recall his salad days as an insurance salesman, or he can't keep his employees happy. Let's see. Is that it? Huh. Yep.
Hey, sport. This is a private office.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Mr.
McKnight. I own and operate this station. Have you brought me some news for tonight's broadcast, or...
I've lost my memory. That's news.
The hell it is! You always were a kidder, Steve. Any real news to tell me?
Actually, I was just wanting to know more about the TV station.
Hey, WHAR is the only television station in Harvest. Since the old Sentinel went under, what with the newspaper building burning down and all, we're golden. Nobody competes with us, sport.
You and your partners must be rich.
Partners. I run the whole show solo, pal. Don't hurry.
Whoa, hey. Operate the picture. Examine the wall sleeve. His secret safe! What happens if I operate it? Save game.
If you don't get out of here right now...
Ooh. Alright. That's what we learned. Alright. That's all there is in here. Whew. I think we can go to one more place. It's the best place. Missile base. Do missile base. What do we have? This base is well stocked with nuclear missiles. These aircraft appear to be well maintained. One more time. Let's talk to Colonel Buster Monroe.
Oh, who goes there?
They tell me my name is Steve.
All right. This is Section 21. Keep your distance, son. I wouldn't want to have to blow your head off.
That makes two of us.
So you're the amnesiac, huh? Just another draft-dodging ploy the way I see it. But at least you're not an alien. You see their ships every now and then. Sometimes Swell bags one in the woods.
Who are you?
Colonel Buster Monroe, commander of the Harvest Nuclear Missile Installation, keeping America safe from those who would dye our flag red, white, and pink.
These are nuclear missiles?
Goddamn right they are. Every one of them ready to rain death on the Ruskies.
The Ruskies.
All I gotta do is hit the button and blammo!
Blammo!
The price of vodka goes through the roof. Along with the vodka.
That'd be
Well,
awful.
I suppose you have, you know, safeguards against accidents?
Safeguards? Don't be such a weak sister. There are no safeguards. This is the 50s.
Then you have sole control of
It's
the,
the 50s.
missiles.
That's right. Been in charge here since WW2, when I got my lower torso shot off in the war. Those pantywaists in Washington wanted to stick me behind a desk. To hell with that. They owed me. I left my legs in Dusseldorf. They owed me. Of course, they felt that after the trauma of having to crawl from Germany to England trailing my intestines behind me, I was too emotionally unstable to continue in the military. That's why they gave me this nice cushy job and put me in charge of the nuclear missiles.
Bam, there you go. Political statement number 72. The button.
Why are you asking about the button, son?
I'm just a little nervous about it. I mean, suppose an accident happens.
Don't get your panties in a bunch, mister. The button is perfectly safe. I keep it on my person all the time. No commie bastard is getting his mitts on this button. No siree, Bob. No one initiates a nuclear holocaust in Harvest except me. Now, doesn't that make you feel better?
Harvest.
Harvest is a fine town, steeped in traditional American values. But that lodge, well, it makes me suspicious, don't mind saying it. They've got their fingers into everything around here. Like a certain red commie bastard menace which shall be nameless.
I'll be sure to stay away from the lodge.
You read me wrong, mister. I think you should join the lodge, infiltrate it, and report back on any red sympathizers. Your report could affect my decision on what I've got to do.
Commie bastard.
Frankly, all these questions are making me a little suspicious of you. Maybe you're one of those pink-blooded Americans. Can you give me any reason why I shouldn't shoot you right now?
No, not really. You can't shoot me. I'm an American. I have rights.
Rights, huh? Your average commie bastard is always only too ready to hide behind the Constitution. Real Americans waive their rights for the common good. Would you?
Would you? Sure I would, for this great country of ours. Yeah.
You talk a good game, mister. But so does your average commie bastard. The Kremlin teaches its agents to talk their way out of a scrape. What do you think about that, son?
The communists can hardly be said to hold a monopoly in intellectual discourse. I don't think much about that stuff like that, Colonel. What time is it? Ah, perfect. The communists can hardly be said to hold a monopoly in intellectual discourse.
You should have watched more TV and read less Dostoevsky if you wanted to pass for an American, comrade.
Game over. Look at that game over screen. Could it get any better than that game over screen?